Hey guys, what's going on? It is T-Carp. We are doing a ton today. If you guys didn't know, I have bought 5 acres of property out in East Tennessee, and going to try to do like my dream. I say my dream, but it's kind of like our dream homestead, just not necessarily off the grid, but off the grid capable, and just be out of the city, man. If you're like us and, 2020 really kind of rocked you pretty good and just sent a whole bunch of New Yorkers or Californians and just all sorts of people just in your town, and you just kind of want to get away, that's kind of where we're at. So we're selling our house in the city, and we're building. We're using a company called Summertown Metals. And now when you hear of a metal building, you think of like a barn dominium, and that's technically what it's classified as, but it's still going to have drywall inside. It's still going to be stick built 2x6s, things like that. It's just a different way of doing it. And they had some turnkey options. We picked the turnkey option, which is about $350,000 to $360,000, and then we're in Tennessee, so we had to pay taxes on it. So I think it ended up being like $400,000 for the house. Now, that's just the house. That's not including the land and the land prep. The land cost us about $165,000. The land prep is going to cost us about $45,000 to $50,000. Oh, well, sorry, my wife's telling me $35,000. So my wife's saying $35,000 for that. So all in all, we're spending a good amount of money on this. Now, how did we get the money for this? Well, in 2012, I had purchased my house for about $125,000. And I bought like a little 1,300 square foot house. I had the ability to, and that's why I tell you guys not to be in debt, because there was no possible way I could do it unless I wasn't, in a high amounts of debt. So purchased a house in 2012, had some equity in it, and then when 2020 hit, like, it doubled in price. Now, I will say my father passed away. We used the money that he had some life insurance. We used some life insurance money to buy my wife a car and to pay off the house. And we were able to do that because, again, we didn't have a ton of debt. We're not in credit card debt and student loan debt or anything like that. We had worked to pay all that off. And that's why I really preach that. Now, what we're doing today is we're just kind of moving things into storage, and we're going to try to sell the house and then live in an apartment for a little bit while this thing gets done. Now, is the goal, when we sell our house, are we paying off the land? How are we doing that?
Yes, we sell the house. We use the equity or the profit that we make, because it'll be straight profit, to pay off the land. And then we will close on a construction loan for what little we need. We're only actually having to finance about $50,000 so we'll pay off the land. We will use the rest of the money to send to Summertown for them to use, plus the construction loan that we're going to get, which is, like I said, going to be like $50,000 to finish the build. So in this, I think at the end of the day, the total finance will be like $170,000 for the whole project, which is, like, I want to say we added up, it's close to a $600,000 project. But we're only having to finance like $170,000 of that. So guys, what that means is we can keep, like, our payment for this within that 25% range of our income, and that's a big deal for us. Needs to be a big deal for you, so you don't become house poor. And then we're going to really focus on working on getting that sucker paid off, and it's just going to be a way for us to, like I said, just get out and have some room and build up a way to be off grid and all that. And what we're going to do, I'm also going to show you guys, like, the company, and they asked me to kind of feature them, and we're going to do that and have some fun with it.